Just how good is Cooper Flagg actually? You've probably heard of this kid named Cooper Flagg in the last 6 months. The young phenom has got proper motion right now, with some NBA heads believing that he is the best high school prospect we have seen since LeBron James. Flagg is undeniably the top prospect of the 2025 class at the moment, and every organization wants to get their hands on him. Teams that sold their draft picks last year for a future one this year were the real winners. Like, the talent pool coming through for 2025 is insane. To be the projected number 1 pick in a draft this loaded is no pushover, and not even by a small margin. Cooper is being considered borderline generational at this point. But just how good is Cooper Flagg actually? Cooper Flagg is a two-way wing who stands out as one of the most exceptional high school players the American system has produced this decade. He recently made waves in a scrimmage against Team USA Stars as the youngest member of the select team, and actually low-key dominated. Cooper isn't even in the NBA. In fact, he hasn't even really played his college season yet. He already has a shoe deal with New Balance and a fan base that's steadily growing while he was dominating the high school scene. Ranked as the number 1 player in his class, Flagg is widely regarded as a generational talent with the ability to become a franchise cornerstone and has NBA execs foaming at the mouth. Let's have a bit of backstory. Born in Newport, Maine on December 21, 2006. Yes, 2006. The game runs in his veins. Both of his parents were college basketball players. Cooper's mother played college basketball at Maine, where she was a team captain as a senior, while his father played basketball at Eastern Maine Community College. He probably knew his way around a basketball before he even learned to speak, but he was unknown until his freshman year at Nokomis Regional High School, where he suddenly started decimating teams with his jaw-dropping stats. Over 20 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, with almost 4 steals and 4 blocks a game. These remarkable numbers made him the first freshman to ever win the prestigious Maine Gatorade Player of the Year award. He led Nokomis, by the way, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but he led them to a 21-1 record and a Class A state championship in his freshman year, making a grand entrance into the high school basketball landscape. After an electrifying freshman season, Flagg transferred to Florida's Montverde Academy to play with the country's top talent. Maybe his freshman season was a fluke, a situational result. Maybe he'd be overwhelmed by playing with and against the nation's top prospects. Maybe he'd be blinded by the light. No weekend. Nope, even as a sophomore in an entirely new environment, he didn't miss a beat. Averaging 16 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals per game. His excellence earned him a nomination for the Naismith Prep Player of the Year award, and he was named MVP of the 2023 Hoop Hall Classic after posting 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 5 steals in an 85-63 win over a rival academy. Keep in mind that Cooper was only 15 years old at the time. Fast forward a couple years, and the young star is now 16, 17, and already shaking up the basketball world. In his debut IBL game, he put up an astonishing 52 points and 12 rebounds, shooting 16 of 18 from the field, also setting a new record for the highest scoring game in IBL history. So, what's Cooper's inspiration? Standing at 6'9" and weighing 195 pounds, Cooper Flagg plays the small forward position, but his versatility knows no bounds. For a player his age, his ball IQ is off the charts. He processes the game quicker than most, particularly on defense. His ability to serve as a help defender, blocking shots and covering vast stretches of the court is incredible. His knack for reading passing lanes and coming up with steals only adds to his defensive prowess. On offense, he takes a lot of shots off the dribble, especially mid-range pull-ups, and easily switches to an aggressive dunker who embraces contact. Cooper's playstyle and game has hints of his idol, Larry Bird, although a tad more explosive and athletic. Bird could play both inside and outside, being one of the first players in the league to take advantage of the newly adopted three-point line. In transition, Cooper is a threat with or without the ball, using his long strides and fluid movements to overwhelm defenses. He's also a willing and intelligent passer, always aware of the extra attention he draws and quick to capitalize by finding his teammates. It's no wonder people have called him the best American prospect since Anthony Davis. Let's look more at that USA Select game. When Cooper Flagg was invited to play for Team USA Select, no one expected what came next. He didn't just compete, he was getting buckets against the best players in the world. We've seen young talents like Victor Wembanyama score on Rudy Gobert and high schooler Chet Holmgren pull moves on Steph Curry, but Cooper's performance felt different. He was able to hold his own as he faced off against all-world defender Drew Holiday. Cooper also did ball ballsy stuff throughout the game, like when he drained a turnaround jumper. On another play, he even powered through for an and-1 dunk. But the highlight of the game, Cooper brought the ball up the court, standing at 6'9", with Holiday guarding him. After a series of nasty handles forced a switch, he coolly stepped back and buried a 3 right in Anthony Davis's face. Very, very few 17-year-olds can walk into a gym like that and not be rattled, especially when the Team USA huddle includes icons like Stephen Curry, LeBron James, and Kevin Durant. Team USA Select is designed to challenge the Olympic team, and while some select players stand out like Cade Cunningham, who had already spent 2 years in the NBA, Cooper had just graduated from high school. A far cry in experience between the two. The last time a college player was invited to this game was in 2013, when Marcus Smart and Doug McDermott were selected, but they both had significant college experience. Cooper has the talent, but he also has that fierce winner mentality, the same kind of Mamba mindset that has propelled the game's greatest players to legendary status. When you pair the right driver with the perfect car, there are no limitations. What about Cooper's stats and his future? Well, during his senior season, Flagg dominated the high school basketball circuit. He averaged 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists per game, leading Montverde Academy to an undefeated 30-0 record. His outstanding efforts earned him the prestigious Gatorade National Player of the Year award. It's pretty clear he's going number 1 in the draft. For the teams looking to have a shot at him, the game plan is simple. Drop everything and tank. Teams like the Blazers, Wizards, and Nets, who, let's be real, are in full rebuild mode right now, will certainly be gunning for him. Expect a team to absolutely sell the house for the number 1 pick this year, or a top 5 pick in the draft for that matter. But getting Cooper Flagg is only the first step. Whoever lands him will need to build smart, like the Celtics did with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They built their core through the draft and then added key pieces like Drew Holiday and Porzingis to contend for titles. The same formula will be needed for any team that hopes to turn his generational talent into a winning cornerstone. So, just how good is Cooper Flagg? Honestly, this kid really does look like one of the greatest prospects we've seen come out of high school since the likes of LeBron James. The physique, the play style, the mentality, he really has it all going for him. Eyes are going to be glued to Cooper as he leads Duke to what could be another extremely fruitful season, etching his name into a long line of Blue Devil history. It's exciting to have such a clear-cut number 1 pick in Cooper Flagg, and his star power will only grow bigger at Duke, though Ace Bailey of Rutgers is also making his case. Based on what we've seen so far, Cooper stands alone as the most advanced high school prospect in recent memory. While we've seen overhyped prospects in the past, Cooper feels different. He's a special talent, and the basketball world is waiting to see just how far he'll go. If you like keeping up with basketball's young stars, then you'll love what we have in store for you. Join us next time as we look at another up-and-coming NBA wonder kid.